291-950-FC, and People v. Carlos Hernandez, case number 2024-291945-FC.
All right, let's put appearances for the morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the Court, John Petrofessa and Andrew McGarrow for the People.
Good
Good morning, Your Honor. Michael McCarthy, P30169, appearing on behalf of and with Joshua Zuazo. Mr. Zuazo is standing to my left at the table.
All right, tell me your name.
Joshua Zuazo.
All right.
Good morning, Your Honor. Paulette Michelle Lawson on behalf of Carlos Hernandez, who's standing to my right.
All right, sir, tell me your name.
Carlos Hernandez.
Okay, all right, everyone can be seated. We'll bring in the jury in a moment. I have a jury instruction that I was handed this morning that Mr. Hernandez wants to argue be placed into the final instructions.
That's correct.
All right, go ahead.
Your Honor, I am requesting 16.26 felony murder co-defendants. I understand that there is no specific instruction that says whether or not this can be given if co-defendants are being tried together but do have separate juries. But I do think it's applicable here, and that's why I'm asking for it. Also, if you look at the note, it says that it may be used in conjunction with 2.19, which I believe is the jury instruction that was previously read to the jury. I do think it's relevant in this case because they are hearing testimony about the co-defendant, and I know we touched on it in voir dire that they're only to decide the actions of Carlos Hernandez, but I think it would be good to remind them, and I do think this is applicable, and I am asking that it be read to the jury.
All right, 16.26 felony murder co-defendants. I have had an opportunity to review it. My immediate thought goes to it's contradictory to the aiding and abetting instruction. What's the people's thoughts?
Judge, there was a number of instructions that counsel had asked that we add before this, including Mr. McCarthy, and they've submitted those. I've been in agreement with all of those that have been added for the court's pack. This is the only one that's outstanding. Mr. McCarthy and Ms. Lofton had requested a jury instruction, I think it was 2.22, which I think covers this topic that we did add to the pack earlier in the week. But and just for the record, this is not joined in by Mr. McCarthy requesting this instruction.
All right, so Mr. Zuazo is not asking that this instruction be read. Is that right, Mr. McCarthy?
Well, yes, because I think that the jury is going to be instructed separately. My jury will be instructed separately. And the whole point of that is that those jurors would consider the instructions that have to do exclusively with Mr. Zuazo and not with Mr. Hernandez, and although I certainly will be arguing some culpability regarding the co-defendant.
So the people's position is that this instruction is very confusing because it starts talking about you should consider each defendant separately. Okay, they're not considering the other defendant's guilt or innocence. And then it says they are entitled to have their case decided on the evidence that applies to them. We're not talking about deciding anybody's case but Hernandez for his jury and Zuazo for his jury. And then it goes on in paragraph 3, which is most disturbing, I think, out of all of it for confusion, is instead you must determine as to each defendant separately. You're not deciding the other defendant whatsoever. So I think that does nothing but confuse what their responsibility is.
Okay, I do agree. I think the nature of having two juries for each defendant negates reading an instruction to each jury then as if they are associated with their defendant and telling them to consider each defendant separately when we're actually going to instruct them to not take into consideration any evidence that they heard against the other defendant. So I do think it's contrary to the intent of the two juries. So 16.26, Ms. Lofton, will not be read in.
Understood.
Okay, anything else before we bring in the jury?
Not by the people.
Okay.
Your Honor, I know you want the witness.
Yeah, let's bring in our witness, so he's already seated, ready to come in. All right, you're still on the oath, but I'm gonna repeat that when the juries come in
Okay.
so that they can hear that I told you that. But you can be seated until
Thank
we bring them in. Let's bring them in, please. Thank you.
Your Honor, which jury would you like here?
Who was sitting out there yesterday? Do you recall?
I believe A was here.
A was there. Okay, so let's put A here and then B there.
All right, the jury, please.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. I do apologize for the delay this morning. One of our jurors did get stuck in an accident, but luckily everyone is here and is safe. So we're going to get going. Mr. Petropas, I believe that Detective Packmeyer was on the stand yesterday, was under oath, and he remains under oath today. And you can continue, Mr. Magaro, with your direct. Go ahead.
Good morning, Detective.
Good morning.
You reviewed that video from Lowe's, is that correct?
Correct.
And what city or what location was that Lowe's video?
I believe that was Ellen Park.
All right. And based on your investigation in this matter, were you able to determine an address that was associated with Mr. Hernandez while he was in Michigan?
Yes.
And in what city was that?
It was in Lincoln Park,
All right. And what's the relative distance from Lincoln Park to Allen Park?
roughly 3.5 miles.
Okay. From that Lowe's to Lincoln Park, about 3.5 miles?
Correct.
Okay. And that Lowe's video was taken in the morning of the homicide in Rochester Hills?
Correct.
Okay. And did you have the opportunity to interview Kelly Broad in this matter?
I did.
Okay. How did that come to your attention, Mr. Broad?
Mr. Broad contacted our office, I think, on the 17th of October. I believe that was the date. He indicated that he has some information he wanted to talk to me about. He described Defendant Zuazo as being an employee of his and being in the video. Therefore, I went down and met with him. He based the information on a ring video that he saw released to the media.
And that was a video that the Sheriff's Department released to the media?
Correct.
Okay. And where did you meet Mr. Broad?
It was at the Krispy Kreme, I believe, down south of St. Mary's cement factory.
Okay. And when you met with him, it was in the parking lot?
It was.
Was that in your squad car or patrol car?
My detective car, yes.
Okay. And did you play for him those Ring videos?
I did.
Okay. And do you recall how many times you played those videos for him?
I know the one we rewound, I think, twice because he wanted to hear something that was stated in the video.
And was that the video of Mr. Hernandez leaving the garage?
Yes.
Okay. And how did you play that video for him?
On my county-issued computer laptop.
So you had a laptop, and then
Yes.
were you sitting in the driver's seat? You were sitting
I was in the
passenger?
driver's seat, he was in the passenger seat.
Do you recall about how long this meeting lasted for?
Well, we talked about Krispy Kreme a little bit, maybe a half a hour tops.
Okay.
He had to get to work.
Okay. And did you play one of the other videos where or when this defendant was on the porch?
Yes.
Okay. And did he identify anybody in either one of those videos?
He did identify Zuazo.
In the video?
Yes.
Okay. And did you have him write out a written statement about it?
I did.
Okay. And did you play the audio in the video of him leaving the garage?
Yes.
Okay. And also, when were you involved in the apprehension or taking into custody of Mr. Zuazo?
No.
No. Did you happen to see him afterwards?
Yes.
And did he have any type of facial hair at that time?
He had very similar facial hair as he has today.
Okay. Thank you. I have no further questions.
All right, so then cross-exam by Zuazo.
Thank you, Your Honor. Detective, my name is Michael McCarthy. I represent Joshua Zuazo. I have a few questions to ask you here this morning regarding your testimony, and if I don't make myself clear, please tell me that.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So just starting where you left off on direct with the meeting you had with Kelly Broad on October 18th, I think it was. He wrote out a statement for you, correct?
Correct.
And he put in a quotation from the video that you watched with him, I believe you said 2 times.
Correct.
And you got a statement, when he wrote out that statement, you got a copy of that statement, right?
Yes.
And do you remember what he wrote in the quotation marks as a quotation from, purportedly from Mr. Zuazo?
I believe he quoted the "Come on, man," which was stated in the video of leaving the garage.
Come on, let's go.
"Come on, man," is what he told me, is what I recall. I would have to review the statement.
Okay, well, let me just, I thought I had it right at my fingertips for whatever reason. Just 1 second, please.
Mike, I have it.
You have it here. Thank you. Yeah, approach it, of course. I'm handing you the document. I asked you first of all whether you understand or recognize it.
I do.
And is that in fact the statement, or at least a copy of the statement that Mr. Broad prepared for you back on the 18th day of October last year?
Yes.
And you see the quotations in either the second last line or the last line where it says, "Come on, let's go"?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you've listened to this video on a number of occasions, correct?
I have.
And would you agree that what is actually said on the video is, "Come on, man"?
I believe it was "Come on, man," and then after there was "Let's go" was stated, if I remember correctly.
Okay, so that's what your recollection
Yes.
is.
It was combined, was separated, is the way he wrote it.
Okay, very good. Thank you. I'll retrieve that document. In your work in this case, quite a bit of it was finding locations sous floc,
Yes.
correct? And you obtained those videos from Lowe's in particular, and then also at a Home Depot, is that right?
Correct.
And so let's talk about the Lowe's one.
Okay.
That is at about 9:30 in the morning on the 11th day of October, is that correct?
Correct.
And there's nothing in that video that shows the departure of the vehicle, is there? From the
Not that
parking lot?
I recall.
Okay, so obviously it's the flock that is the mechanism by which you were able to find this white Jeep pulling into the parking lot at the Lowe's on that morning, October the 18th, correct?
Correct.
And
October the 18th? No.
what date was it?
It would have been October 11th.
I'm sorry, I was thinking about the statement with Mr. Broad. I am corrected. October 11th.
Correct.
So it's 9:30 in the morning. Your investigation makes you know that the arrival of the two people that come to the home of Mr. and Mrs. Murray is at about 11:30 in the morning. Is that correct?
Correct.
So this is about a 2-hour difference in time. There's no flock that shows the departure, at least of which you are aware, the departure of that white vehicle from the parking lot after the purchases were made, correct?
Necessarily, they may not have cameras exiting and entering, therefore when it capture it, flock is not always 100% reliable of catching images either. So I can't recall to say if there's a camera leaving that it would have captured it or not.
Okay. You would agree that it's not something that you had put into the materials that you submitted to the prosecutor's
Correct.
office. And so we don't know exactly who got into that vehicle after the purchase was made on the inside.
That's
correct?
fair to say, yes.
Now, we do see the vehicle again later in the day at about 12:16, as I recall from your testimony yesterday. And it is going in the same direction as that white truck was going by, the DTE truck, correct?
Correct.
There's about a 5-minute difference in time, correct?
Correct.
And so we know, based on your testimony, that that vehicle belonged to Mr. Hernandez, is that correct?
That is correct.
And the white DTE Energy truck, you don't know who was driving in that vehicle at that time, correct?
Correct.
And you don't know how many people were in it as it goes by that address on Manchester Street in Detroit or Highland Park, whichever
Correct.
it is. So what we do know is that in the theory that the DTE Energy was occupied by at least Mr. Hernandez, correct?
In theory,
At
yes.
the house on the street in Rochester Hills where this incident occurred, correct?
The video shows both subjects leaving the garage going to the DTE truck.
I got that part. But in terms of the vehicles, the white Jeep vehicle is not occupied, I mean, it is on the same street within 5 minutes of the DTE Energy vehicle seen on the Castle Rock Street near that address where the Murrays live, correct?
Are you asking if the Jeep was on Castle Street?
No, the DTE Energy. If I
Yes.
said Jeep, I misspoke. I apologize for that.
Yes.
So there is that difference.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I don't have any further questions.
Okay, thank you. Defendant Hernandez.
Good morning.
Come on.
So thinking back to yesterday, we watched the videos from a home. Mr. McCarthy kind of just touched on that. How did you establish the time on those videos?
That was the recorded time, I believe, on the videos.
Okay. And did you make contact, or did someone from your department make contact with that homeowner? How was it that you were able to get those videos?
Detective Jones, I believe, from the FAT team made contact with the homeowner and retrieved those videos.
Okay. And there's been some questions, both from the prosecutor and from Mr. McCarthy this morning about a white Jeep. In any of the videos that you retrieved that we're just speaking about now, nothing shows the license plate on that black Jeep, or on the white Jeep, correct? No. Also, we were shown a video of a Home Depot store, but we did not see the checkout. So I know that you stated there's one of two ways that detectives can try to get information from stores like Lowe's or Home Depot. I know Lowe's, you can use their flock and see the cars that come in. Home Depot does not have that, correct?
That Home Depot, I don't believe so.
Okay, but you can call a particular Home Depot and ask if certain items that you find relevant were purchased, correct? And that's what happened at that Home Depot?
Correct.
Okay. But you were not provided a video of the actual checkout, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So was it Home Depot that told you that this is the checkout of these two individuals, or how did that happen?
Then I can't recall. I know contact was made there to cross-reference certain items, and they were able to come up with that transaction, and then they backtrack timestamp.
Okay. I have no further questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any further redirect?
Just quickly, and Detective Packard, there was a question that you about regarding the license plate of that particular Jeep, okay. And there was not a license plate.
That we could see.
Okay, but was there
At the house going by, we could not see the plate.
Okay, but when you noticed that white Jeep in that video going past the Greendale address, was there anything significant about that particular Jeep noticeable to you?
Yes, there's a lot of things significant. Number one, it has the moonroof. It appears to be a limited X, which has more of a sporty package. It has ductwork vent. They may be real, they may be fake in the hood. They have a different front fascia on the front of the vehicle, a little more sleek looking. The fog lights are a little bit elongated. And the same thing in the rear of the Jeep also. The bumper is different, more sportier than the standard Grand Cherokee of that model year.
Now, Detective Packard, you're pretty specific there and seem pretty certain about those items. How do you know that?
I'm a Jeep guy, number one, but we researched and watched over and over to link it. The wheels are the same in all those videos. All those things match up on the Jeep.
And that Jeep that you saw go past that 90 Greendale Avenue about an hour and a half after the homicide, was that similar to the same markings and things to that Jeep that you saw in the Lowe's flock camera?
Yes.
And no further question, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, thank you, Detective. You may step down.
Thank you, Your Honor.
People call Officer Hill to the stand.
Good morning, officer. If you could just get in that witness stand and stay standing, raise your right hand, and I'll get you sworn in. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to provide today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Please be seated and tell us your name.
Eric Hill.
Okay, your witness.
And Mr. Hill, can you spell your first and last name for us, please?
ERICHILL.
And where are you employed, Mr. Hill?
The Detroit Police Department.
Right. And how long have you been employed with the Detroit Police Department?
9 years.
Okay. And prior to your employment with the Detroit Police Department, do you have any other law enforcement experience?
No.
Right. What is your current title with the Detroit Police Department?
Police officer.
Okay. I want to direct your attention back to October 11th, 2024. Do you recall that day?
Yes.
Okay. And on that day, did you locate a car that was on fire?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall where that was located at?
Yes, it was located on East Margaret Street, just east of John R.
Okay. And where? What type of address was this that you located?
It was in a vacant field.
Okay. And do you recall about what time of the day that was when you located it?
12:15, 12:20 in the afternoon.
Okay. In 12:15, 12:20 in the afternoon?
Yes.
Okay. And when you observed, where were you when you first saw it? Did you see smoke or did you see the car? What did you see first?
I was driving east on 8 Mile Road by John R. when I observed smoke southeast of that intersection.
And when you observed that smoke, what did you do?
I immediately drove to go investigate that area.
And what did you first observe when you arrived there?
A white F-250 on fire with 2 firefighters standing by watching.
There was already firefighters there.
Yes.
Okay. And what did you do next in your investigation of that burning truck?
I was in plain clothes in an unmarked vehicle, so I got out, identified myself as Detroit Police firefighters, and asked what was going on with the burning car.
Okay. And at some point during your investigation, did that particular car were you made aware that this car could be of interest in law enforcement?
Yes, so in my experience, little backstory, I worked at the 11th Precinct where this car was located for about 6.5 years. Knowing that there's almost nothing in that area, and for something to be burning in the middle of the day would be highly unusual, likely tied to something violent.
And so when you were over in that area, you had concerns about this?
I was fairly certain, yes. I didn't have any definitive proof at the time.
Okay. And did you get notified by dispatch or over the radio that this car could be of interest?
So I asked, so upon determining that the car had DTE logos on it, I immediately contacted our dispatch asking if there had been any reports of a stolen DTE truck to Detroit police that day.
And then were you made aware that there was?
At the time I was told no. I didn't learn it was related to anything until later on in the day around 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Okay. You know, I may approach the witness.
You may.
And officer, I'm hitting it with already been marked at People's Division admitted at People's 15A. Can you take a look at this for us?
Yes.
Do you recognize that?
Yes.
How do you recognize that?
This is the picture I took before I sent it to Investigator Downey, I believe it was, for Oakland County.
And that's exactly what that truck looked like on fire in that 11th precinct that you
Yes.
were used to. Thank you. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Cross-exam Zuazo.
Thank you, Your Honor. Officer Hill, my name is Michael McCarthy. I represent one of the defendants in this case, Joshua Zuazo. I just have a few questions to ask you here this morning regarding your testimony. If I don't make myself clear, please tell me that. So this vehicle was south of 8 Mile Road and
Correct.
east of John R.
Correct.
Was it as far down as State Fair, which is 7.5 miles?
I don't recall exactly where. I believe it was between State Fair and 7 Mile.
Okay, so south, closer
Yes.
to 7 than it was to 8. Is
Somewhere in
that right?
that area. I can't give the exact.
And then the area, because you were familiar with it, did not have much in the way of buildings.
Correct.
And so the fact that there was a fire going on in what was, in your mind, pretty much vacant neighborhoods was a matter of interest to you, correct?
Correct.
And when you arrived there, Detroit Fire was already present, is that right?
Yes.
And so they had the fire under control?
No, so they didn't actually have a fire truck there. They had been 2 firefighters driving a one of the department vehicles on their way to lunch when they observed the same thing and went to investigate.
Oh, so they were just calling for a fire unit to come to put it out?
They were there on scene. They investigated. Once they'd located where the fire was and what was going on, then they called the main station to send a fire truck out.
And you were present when that occurred?
Yes.
And then, did you have anything to do with the disposition of that vehicle, having it towed away or anything like that?
No. In order to tow away a vehicle or impound it, you need a program called GovTow in a computer, which I did not have because I was in an unmarked vehicle with no computer at the time. So I called for over dispatch to send a marked unit to recover the vehicle.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Cross-defendant Hernandez.
I have no questions.
Any redirect here?
None, Your Honor.
All right, officer, thank you. You may step down.
Thank you.
May this witness be excused.
No objection.
No, Dick.
Please excuse.
People call Lieutenant Martinez-Dixon. Lieutenant, if you could come this way to be sworn in. You could step up, the judge will say you're in.
Good morning, Lieutenant. You can just stand up and raise your right hand. I can get you sworn in here. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to provide today is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Please be seated and tell us your name.
My name is Martinez-Dixon.
Your witness.
Good morning. If you could tell us how you're currently employed?
I'm employed through the city of Detroit.
And just if you could do me a favor, there's folks that are in the first 2 rows that are also jurors that need to hear you. So if you could get your voice up loud, it may be loud enough, but I just want to make sure so we don't have to repeat it, okay?
Yes, sir.
If you could tell us how you're employed?
I'm employed through the city of Detroit, Detroit Fire Investigation Division.
And how long have you been doing that?
Been doing that since 2021. It's about 4 years.
Okay. And you have a rank of lieutenant?
Yes, sir.
And is that rank of lieutenant through the fire department, or is it through the police department?
It's through the fire department.
Okay. And did you have specialized training for your duties currently?
Yes, sir.
And what are your duties currently?
My duties are to determine the origin and cause of fires.
Okay. And could you explain to the jury basically what that means when you have that specialty?
When you have that specialty, you are assigned to any fires that's in the city of Detroit, and I investigate the fires, and like I said, I determine the origin and the cause of the fires.
And have you testified multiple times before?
No, sir.
This is the first time?
Yes, sir.
Ever?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me direct your attention back to October 11th of 2024, where you called out as part of your duties to investigate a suspicious fire.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us what that entailed?
That entailed I had a call out on a vehicle fire on the east side of Detroit. So that's
Okay. Did you take photographs of
Yeah.
that vehicle?
yes, sir.
I'm going to show you what's already been introduced. If I could approach your Honor. Exhibits 15B, 15C, 15D, and 15E and F. Can you see all those photographs?
Yes, sir.
Do you recognize those photographs?
Yes, sir.
And how do you recognize those?
These are the photographs that I took of the vehicle once I arrived.
Okay. And can you tell us from your training experience what you noticed when you got to the scene and looked at the vehicle?
I noticed significant fire damage that originated in the interior and extended to the exterior
Okay.
of the vehicle.
Were you there where the fire was still going, or did you get there after that?
I was there after it was extinguished.
Okay. And you photographed the license plate also?
Yes, sir.
And this investigation ended up getting involved with a homicide case that is out of Oakland County, correct?
Yes, sir.
You didn't do any chemical testing on the interior of the vehicle of anything of that nature, did you?
No, sir.
I don't have any other questions, Judge.
All right, cross-examine Zalazo.
Lieutenant, my name is Michael McCarthy. I represent one of the defendants in this case, Joshua Zalazo. I just have a couple of questions to ask you here this morning. If I don't make myself clear, please tell me that, then I'll rephrase, okay?
Yes, sir.
So you are a lieutenant in the Detroit Fire Department, correct?
Yes, sir.
And your job is to investigate fires.
Yes, sir.
So you got called to that scene that day, and you were able to determine through your investigation that the fire initiated or originated, rather, in the passenger compartment of the vehicle. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
How were you able to do that?
Through the fire patterns, and fire effects.
And the fire patterns, were you able to determine a source of what ignited the fire?
No, sir.
And when the fire, you talked about the fire pattern, that means the direction in which the fire goes, correct?
Yes, sir.
In your direct testimony, you said something about in the back part of the truck, meaning the bed of the truck, there was fire damage there, correct?
Yes, it was fire damage in the bed of the truck, but it originated in the passenger compartment and extended towards the bed of the truck. Yes, sir.
Did it engage with the engine of the truck?
Yes, sir.
When you got to the scene, was the fire still ongoing, or was it already extinguished?
It was already extinguished, sir.
And when you conducted your investigation, did you do that on the scene there on John R. Street, or did you do it at some place where vehicles are towed by the fire department and investigations are conducted in a garage?
I conducted my investigation right there on the scene.
And the photographs that you took are right there.
Yes, sir.
And then you made a determination that it was originally ignited in the passenger compartment, but you could not tell what was the cause of the ignition. Is that right?
That's correct, sir.
Okay, thank you. I have no further questions.
Thank you. Cross from,
Mr. McCarthy asked my question, so I have nothing further. Thank you.
all right, no cross from the defendant Hernandez. Any redirect here?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Lieutenant, thank you. You may step down.
People called Detective Casey Jones. Detective Jones, if you could take the stand to be sworn in.
Yes, sir.
Morning, Detective. Just stay standing, raise your right hand, I'll get you sworn in here. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to provide today is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Please be seated and tell us your name.
My name is Casey Jones.
Your witness.
Good morning, sir. If you could make sure you speak up very loudly, because
Sure.
the folks in the first two rows need to hear you also.
Okay.
Detective Jones, can you tell us how you're employed?
Yes, sir. I work for the Caddo Parish Sheriff's Office in Shreveport, Louisiana. I've worked there for the last 20 years.
And are you have any special assignments?
Right now, I work on patrol as a supervisor, but for the previous little over 9 years, I worked as a investigator for the Detective Bureau.
Okay, let me direct your attention back to October of 2024. Were you an investigator and detective back at that time?
Yes, sir. I was a supervisor over our Persons and Property Division.
Okay, and can you tell us, as far as being a detective in that location, what your duties would basically involve?
Investigating criminal matters involving crimes against persons or theft of property.
Not having been to Cato Parish before, and that's parish, not county, correct?
That's right.
Okay, not being in Cato Parish before, are there any major cities that I would know of that are in Cato Parish?
Shreveport, Louisiana.
And are there any major highways that run through Cato Parish?
I-49.
And can you describe that highway?
I-49 is a highway that goes through Caddo Parish, and if you come out of Arkansas south, it'll go all the way to I-10 toward Baton Rouge.
Okay. And if you can tell us, as best you remember, your department became involved in a traffic stop of a Carlos Hernandez back in October of 2024, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And do you recall what day that traffic stop occurred?
October 12, 2024,
Okay,
about
and-
3:43 p.m.
Okay, and does that highway head in the direction of Texas or going that varied route?
Yes, sir. That interstate could lead to I-20 to go to Texas.
Okay, and the directional path that Defendant Hernandez was going, was that north or south, east or west on that highway?
Southbound on I-49.
And were you familiar with the deputy from your parish that engaged in that traffic stop?
Yes, sir.
And who was that?
Deputy Michael Rocco.
Okay. And was there any other assistance by any other law enforcement agencies at that time?
Yes, sir. Corporal Dennis Williams assisted with the traffic stop, and then other deputies came afterwards, and then we got called as the investigative bureau.
Okay. And had your department, along with other law enforcement in Louisiana, been notified by interest by the Oakland County Sheriff's Office in a white Jeep vehicle?
Yes.
And what information did you get provided for you and your department regarding what vehicle was of interest to Oakland County?
Louisiana State Police was notified by a task force that there was a wanted vehicle, and there was a bolo out. So the LSP was helping with the pings, and then determined that was in Caddo Parish, and then called upon us for assistance.
Okay. And that traffic stop, Carlos Hernandez was taken into custody?
He was.
Did you ever have contact with Carlos Hernandez over the time that this case was down being investigated in Louisiana?
Not in reference to this, no.
Okay. When Carlos Hernandez was taken into custody, was Oakland County notified by your department that
Yes.
he was in custody?
Yes.
After he was taken into custody, did your department basically process the scene by taking photographs and taking items into property?
Yes.
And was that by search warrant?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's been, you've had an opportunity to review those before coming in today, the photographs?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as People's Exhibit number 3A. Hopefully technology works and it is up there on your screen.
It is.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. For reference, Exhibit number 3A is photographed by your department showing the white Jeep front. Is that correct?
Yes.
Going to Exhibit 3B. That is a photograph from your department showing the passenger side of that white Jeep.
Yes.
Exhibit 3C shows the rear of that Jeep. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that also has the plate that comes back to the be on the lookout that your department received.
Yes, sir.
Going to Exhibit 3D, that is the VIN number that is assigned to that vehicle.
It is.
Photograph 3E, is that the Jeep driver's side?
It is.
Showing you 3F, is this a photograph of the Jeep passenger side and glove box?
Yes.
Showing a photograph 3G, is that a close-up of the Jeep glove box?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as 3H. Is that the clipboard inside the glove box?
Yes.
Showing you what's been marked as 3I. Is that a photograph of the rear seat of the Jeep?
Yes.
Showing you what's been marked as 3J, which is the Jeep trunk. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Showing you what's been marked as 3K. Is that a pair of black Nikes?
Yes, sir.
Showing you what's been marked as Exhibit 3L. Is that a black Nike on the right side?
Yes.
Showing what's been marked as 3L. Is that a black Nike 3M? Is that showing you the Nike sole of that right side?
Yes.
Showing you what's been marked as 3N as in Nancy. Is that showing you the left black Nike?
This is the left side
That's
of the
still
shoe.
in.
Yes, sir.
The 3N, do we have 3N? Is that the left side of the black Nike?
Yes, sir.
3O, is that showing you the sole of the left shoe of the black Nike?
Yes.
Moving on to 3P, does that photograph show a placard for a DTE sign?
Yes.
Showing you what's 3Q, is that showing a license plate with the identifying POCO 32?
Yes.
Showing you what's been marked as 3R, is that showing you a bucket hat?
Yes, sir.
Showing you what's been marked as 3S, is that showing a white mask?
Yes.
Showing you what's been marked as 3T, is that showing a Home Depot bag?
Yes, sir.
Showing you what's been marked as 3U, is that showing a pair of brown boots?
Yes.
Showing you what's been marked as 3V, is that showing you a black sweat jacket?
Yes.
Showing you what's been marked 3W, is that a white t-shirt?
Yes.
Showing you what's been marked as 3X, is that showing you the interior contents of the vehicle?
Yes.
Showing you what's been marked as 3Y, is that showing you the roof rack that was attached and some of its contents?
Yes.
Showing you what's been marked as 3Z, is that a black Nike bag?
Yes, sir.
Showing you what's been marked as 3AA, is that opening for the contents of the black Nike bag?
Yes.
Showing you what's been marked as 3BB, is that showing you a chest drawer from inside that Nike bag?
Yes.
Showing you what's been marked as 3CC, is that showing you the contents of that drawer?
Yes, except for the green Bonita that was on top of the clipboard inside of the glove box.
Thank you. Showing you what's been marked as 3DD, is that showing close-up of the contents?
Yes, sir.
Showing you what's been marked as 3EE, is that showing you another angle of that drawer's contents?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, the people would move the exhibits we just discussed, 3A through 3EE, into evidence.
Any objection?
I have no objection, Your Honor.
No, they're all in.
Now, that's the photographs that we had discussed that was taken by Cato Parish, but they also took physical items into custody. Is that also correct?
Yes.
I'm going to try to do this as efficiently as possible. Just for counsel's sake and for the record, first we're going to discuss 6A through 8I, which I believe are going to be noted as we go.
Is there objections to any of these?
No, I have no
No?
objection.
Okay, all right, so are you moving for admission?
Judge?
Just trying to move it along if you're moving for admission and there's no objection.
I am going to move for admission, and then I will accept the
Publish.
stipulation to publish. Just want the record to note they do have all Cato Parish evidence
You
tags.
can ask all those questions, but just move it along, no objection. 6A to 6I, was that your request, or is 6J part of that?
And for the record, 6A is the physical clipboard, 6B is the DT sign, 6C is the POCO plate, 6D is the Pandora box, 6E is a turtle pendant, 6F is a HomeFlex gas meter reader, 6G is the gray fisherman hat, 6H is the Home Depot bag and tools, and 6I is a hammer.
Sarah?
Also, the next batch of exhibits, which were also taken in by Cato Parish, these are the ones that went to the Oakland County lab. That's why they're numbered differently. These are lab exhibits. These exhibits would be 7A through 7G. If council wants to stipulate to that, we'll accept that stipulation, and I will just read what they are on the record.
Well, Your Honor, I have no objection to the admission of these being admitted in.
7A through 7G is locked in now. Okay, so they're in. I have a question. Did you move for 6J?
No, I
That's
crossed
separate.
that one off.
Okay.
7A for the record is tan boots that were taken in by Cato Parish. 7B is a white mask that is taken in to Cato Parish. 7C is a face covering that was taken in by Cato Parish. 7D is an N95 mask. 7E is a white t-shirt. 7F is black Nikes. 7G is a pair of black and brown gloves.
Sarah?
Okay. Yeah, just briefly, since the key part of your travel up here has been now covered with the exhibits, just briefly, I just have a few follow-up questions. In the traffic stop and the reports that you have reviewed, was defendant Hernandez alone, or was there other folks in the vehicle with him?
I wasn't on the scene, but on review of everything, there were 2 other individuals with him.
Okay, and one of those was his wife, Amanda Diaz,
Correct.
and one of those was a minor child,
Was.
and there were a couple pets in the vehicle as well.
That's what I heard. Yes, sir.
Okay, and Cato Parish later transported Ms. Diaz, the children, and I guess Hampton Inn is pet friendly to the Hampton Inn.
That's where they ended up. Yes, sir.
When the defendant was booked in by Cato Parish, you booked him in at 6'6" and 450 pounds. Is that correct?
That sounds right. Yes, sir.
Why don't you walk on that?
I don't have any more questions.
Okay, all right, come on.
Does
up.
that help?
No.
Okay.
Based off the record conversation, do people have any further direct questions at this time?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, cross-exam Salasso.
Thank you, Your Honor. Lieutenant Jones, my name is Michael McCarthy. I represent one of the defendants in this case, Joshua Zawazo. I have just a few questions to ask you regarding your testimony here today.
Yes,
you were the person that be like the supervisor of the other deputies from the Cato Parish Sheriff's Office that went to the scene of where the vehicle was stopped and took the items that are now admitted into evidence from that vehicle. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. The vehicle was brought to our division where it was stored safely.
And then that's where the search was done?
Yes,
was
sir.
in the police or the sheriff's garage?
Yes,
that
sir.
we saw in those photographs.
That's right.
And in those photographs, one thing I did not notice was a child seat, safety seat for a child to ride in the vehicle. Was there one of those in there? If you know.
I don't remember if there was a child seat in there or not.
Okay, there was quite a bit of stuff crammed into that vehicle, correct?
There was, yeah.
And, but I just didn't note that, and it's not in any report that there was one recovered.
I gotcha. I don't know that there was one in there.
Okay, thank you. And then these items that were taken out of that Nike bag, that was where this pair of brown shoes was found, as well as the Nike shoes, is that correct?
A white trash bag.
A white trash bag?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't clear on that.
Yeah.
So, and that white trash bag was in the back part of this Jeep?
That's right.
And the Nike bag was actually up on the roof in the rooftop carrier?
I believe so, in the cargo holder.
Yes.
If there was any shoes taken out of it, it was a pair of Air Maxes, but a female pair.
Okay.
Of a much smaller size.
And female shoes, not male shoes?
Correct, yeah.
Thank you. And this vehicle, you and other members of the Cato Parish Sheriff's Office had communication from the Oakland County Sheriff's Office about the fact that they were asking you to be on the lookout for this Jeep, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. And to your knowledge, the only people that were in that Jeep in Louisiana headed toward, or at least pointed in the direction of Texas, was Mr. Hernandez and his wife and this child?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I have no further questions.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cross Hernandez.
Good morning.
So you have obviously had an opportunity to talk to the officers that were responsible for pulling Mr. Hernandez over, correct?
Yes.
And to your understanding, did that officer put the lights on and conduct like a normal traffic stop, like all of us are familiar with?
Conducted a felony traffic stop with
Okay.
lights.
And Mr. Hernandez pulled over the vehicle?
He did.
And did he follow the commands of the officer to exit the vehicle?
He did.
There was no running or attempt to flee, correct?
No, ma'am.
All right, so I want to go over some of the items in the photographs that were just discussed. Were you there during the search of the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. And how many people were involved in the actual search and recording of what was found in that vehicle, if you recall?
4, including myself, and then CSI investigator Ty King.
Okay. So I have in my possession a return on search warrant. I have it as a 2-page document. Is that where someone from your office or yourself wrote down all of the items that were taken?
Detective Ellis.
Okay. So is it your policy to write down every single thing on this return of search warrant that was removed from the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay, so I have reviewed the return on search warrant and I don't see that gloves are written down. I also, when we were looking at the photos, I don't see a picture of gloves. Do you specifically have any recollection where these gloves were located?
Gloves. I don't remember gloves.
Okay. There is an exhibit that was just entered, which is 7G. Mr. Petrofessa had those entered. So in your recollection, were any gloves found in that vehicle?
Not that I remember. right offhand.
Do you have your report and would it refresh your
I do.
recollection?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm specifically looking at the return on the search warrant.
You're saying it's not on the return, right?
I am not seeing it. Have you had a chance just to review the return on the search warrant, those two sheets? I think
Yes.
that's your front. Okay. Do you agree with me that gloves are not reflected on the
Yes,
sheets?
I don't see gloves.
Okay. But your testimony is that all of the evidence that was removed from the car is listed on the return on the search warrant, correct?
Should have. I know we had one error on here where the Bonita case wasn't, and we tried to cover that in the narrative of the report as well. So if there was any errors, they would try to cover that in the narrative.
All right. Were you responsible for taking the photos?
No.
No. Someone else was responsible?
Yes.
I have nothing further. Thank you.
Thank you. Redirect.
Just briefly, Judge, and on that discussion of photos, I did not turn the page on your photos. There was another set of photos that continued after 3EE. I'm going to show you what's been marked as 3FF. Do you recognize a photograph of that as part of the jewelry contents?
I do, yes, sir.
And 3GG as a man's white shirt.
Yes.
3HH, that's a placard from one of your investigators who was involved in processing the scene.
CSI investigator, yes, sir.
3II, that's the pair of the black Nikes.
It is.
3JJ, that's the pair of the brown boots.
Yes.
3KK, another angle of the brown boots.
Yes.
3LL, another close-up of the brown boots.
Yes.
3MM, another angle of the brown boots.
Yes.
3NN, the size 11 of those brown boots.
Yes, sir.
300, black Nike close-up.
Yes.
3PP, bottom of the shoes of the black Nikes. Is that
Yes.
correct? 3QQ, black Nike from the side.
Yes.
3RR, another photograph of the black Nikes.
Yes.
3SS, black Nike close-up showing size 13.
Yes.
3TT, a close-up of the clipboard.
Yes.
3UU, photograph of the HomeFlex gas reader.
Yes, sir.
3VV, hammer.
Yes.
3WW, two other pairs of men's sneakers.
Yes.
3XX, one of the pairs of those sneakers, size 13.
Yes, sir.
And 3YY, the other pair of the sneakers, size 13. Is that correct?
Yes.
The people moved 3FF through 3YY into evidence.
I have no objection to that.
No. Are there?
And if I could just approach with one of the exhibits that's already been entered. I know Ms. Lofton had discussed a pair of the gloves. And there's a couple places in these reports where items are documented. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, there's part of it in the typewritten up near the front of the reports. There's the handwritten, and there's also another group of itemization of the items. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to direct your attention with item 7G. Am I correct that the black and brown gloves are noted here in this part of the report?
They are.
And this is the black and brown gloves. Do you recognize that as your department's code on the front with the sticker?
Yes.
Can you take that?
Sure.
Thanks. Can you open that and show us what's inside?
Take it out.
Yes, please.
One black glove. Looks to be a right-handed glove. And then another black glove, which would be the other one for the left hand.
Okay. And do you recall seeing those when the vehicle was processed?
I do not recall seeing those myself.
They were taken in though with the other items.
Right.
If you could just put those back in
Sure.
for us. And all these physical items were turned over to the Oakland County Sheriff's Office.
They were.
They sent out 2 detectives to pick these up.
They came down and everything was turned over to them by CSI Investigator King.
Okay. I don't have any more questions, Judge.
There was new evidence introduced all along for cross.
Thank you very much. Lieutenant, just to follow up on that last item, the 7GG, I think it was, that pair of black gloves, were you able to determine when you looked at them whether, what size they were?
I didn't see the size.
Okay, and is it, just for filling out the record here a little bit, are those like latex gloves or
They were made of rubber.
made of rubber?
Yeah,
So-
some cloth on the end of them.
And cloth on the inside, but
Yes.
there was nothing that indicated what size it was?
I didn't see it size, no sir.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Nothing further.
All right, that was across the line, so across Hernandez.
Sir, just to follow up, I know we discussed the return on the search warrant. Would you agree with me that using that sheet, it also dictates or leaves a space where whoever is doing the search and finding the evidence has a place where they can put the location, so the location of the item and where it was found, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
I know you were already asked that you don't have any independent recollection of the gloves being found in the car, so is it safe to assume you don't know where those gloves were found, correct?
Right.
I have nothing further.
Any redirect?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Detective, thank you. You may step down.
Thank you.
Judge, can I check the hall for one of our witnesses to see if she's here yet?
And Your Honor, for the record, I have no objection to Lieutenant Jones being allowed to leave.
All right, you're excused.